and you can call this the black light. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh, yeah. We coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right on Screen, and we're having a wonderful time. You know we about to get into it, but real quick, I wanted to put you guys up on Black Spot. It's an Afro social network, and I got a chance to get introduced to the creator from my peoples over at Thought Crimes, and I found out that they are doing a campaign, that's right, to expand, to build, to create Black Spot into a wonderful Afro social media conglomerate giant for creators and people to discuss and do all types of wonderful things. I want y'all to think of like say Netflix and Amazon Prime, but Facebook and people melanin all together doing cool things. It's for a lot of creators and people that just want to chill and view things from perspectives from people that look like them. And I think it's very cool. Not only is it ambitious, but it's right up my alley. So guys, check that link down below and drop a little coin. So, got that out of the way because I think that's really cool. Y'all should check it out. But let's go on and talk about the brand new episode of Black Lightning. And before we start anything, I want to talk about Tobias. He's got layers. Woo-wee, boy, he got layers. See, they took the time, and this episode honestly could have been all about him, and I would have been cool because it's nice to see that Kyle Barker grew up and had 2 kids. Unfortunately, he's a horrible father and he treats them horribly. But I like that we slowed down the episode and showed, well, not only showed, but cemented the relationship between Tobias and his sister. Now she's not just a random person that's on the show. She's not just someone that he called in. We find out how they grew up, and the way they grew up, they had to be tight. They had to be tight-knit. And the way he was raised, how that fed into his insecurity, which it fed into fear, which then fed into hate, and of course led to the dark side. But it was just very telling of his character. It was very telling of what kind of makes him go off. It was very telling about the hurdles that he had to cross as a young man, and seeing how that affected him in later life. And it made him a better character, made him a better villain. And this show is really giving me a lot of stuff I didn't expect for Tobias, for the villains in general. Also, I like the little piece that we got about Tobias and Lady Eve, because it seems like there's a slight friction there, because at least the impression I got is that he's feeling that Lady Eve shouldn't be his superior. Maybe they should be equals, if not him being superior to her. And he wants a seat at the table. He is not happy about it whatsoever. So I wonder if we're gonna get some friction between them two, or more friction, I guess you could say. But I just wanted to give props to that, because the way they handled Tobias this episode, I'm just all in on him. I'm really into his character. But let's talk about Jennifer, because old girl got some moves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's minding her business, doing her thing, stealing her older sister's clothes, which always happens. Yes, younger siblings, y'all some stealers. Let's go and keep it real. Y'all just be stealing clothes all the time. But the bottom line is, took old girl's jacket, went, get her skate on, minding her business, just trying to skate, do her thing. And, another girl from another high school wanted to talk about it, make some jabs, poke a little fun. And they ended up getting into a small squabble. And, Jennifer handled herself very well. I gotta give this some parenting love to your boy, Jefferson Pierce. Thank you for raising both your girls with the ability to chop sake, because, look, if she couldn't, she would have been in trouble, all right? And then also Anissa would be in trouble as well. But you handled it very well, so I'm proud of that. And to jump off that scene, I also enjoyed the way the parents dealt with each other, because kids are always going to be wild. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You know, you're wild when you're younger and you get wiser. But it was good that the parents were able to find common ground and that we showed 2 sets of parents, or 3 sets, because there were 3 girls. I think 3 sets of parents. Yeah, I think it was because one girl was, or was that the mom and the aunt? I can't remember. But anyway, we showed these 2 parents that instead of arguing and fighting the whole time, they found common ground and were able to meet each other eye to eye and know that these girls, this is just growing pains that they go through. These girls tease these girls, did whatever, and it went too far, but we as adults don't have to go too far. And I thought that was dope. So now I do want to touch real quick on, I guess, Gambi's position with Jefferson's ex-wife / wife-ish, because she's acting wife-ish, but she's an ex-wife. But I like the fact that even though they don't really agree, when Jefferson was in trouble, they were able to come together and work together without any friction, without any problems at all. And jumping off on Gambi, I didn't know that Gambi and Tobias knew each other like that. That was new to me. I was like, whoa, hold up. He just rolled up, because I'm thinking he was going in there because maybe he just wanted a suit or something. And when I found out they knew each other, I was like, word? They know each other? And not only do they know each other, they seem to have a pretty decent history of either being at odds or at least knowing of the I guess, reputation of each other. And I just think that this episode went real hard at providing the context of the interpersonal relationships in this episode or in this show. And I think it's dope, man. Now, real quick, I got to move on to a couple of other people that I really thought shined in this. And of course, Cure Brand is going to help us pay them bills. Yeah, check that link below, curebrand.com. Hats, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. Now I want to get into Anissa because I like that she wants to connect to, well, of course, first she's trying to figure out why she's strong, why she's got the strength, blah, blah, blah. But I like that she's trying to connect to her grandfather, especially finding out something that she never knew as far as Alvin is concerned. And then it opens up a door as to wondering why Jefferson never talks about his dad, or never talked about this, or maybe he never knew. That's the only, well, no, he knows he was killed, but I guess maybe he couldn't talk about it with Anissa and them, because then that would reveal that he's Black Lightning, so maybe that's the thing. But he knows he was killed, but I don't know if even he knows why. So this might be something else that they can connect on after they find out that they're both fighting crime. But I liked finding out where the vaccines were, finding out the grandfather stuff, the small investigation stuff that went on. I gave me some love for Anissa. Now I'm still wondering, isn't she a teacher? Like, when are we gonna see her teach? But I guess, we ain't got time for that. This is Black Lightning, not Teacher Lightning, all right? So we ain't got no time for her teaching. But we do have time for her to figure out that, hey, this story got her grandfather killed, seeing his old editor at least giving her a little insight to what might go on, giving her the box of information, and her, getting that open, or, well, I guess tearing open that space that he had with all like the older files and everything. So hopefully that leads her down a path to connect with Black Lightning on a larger, conspiracy, because I love conspiracies, you love conspiracies, so we might as well have it in this show. But to add some icing on this investigation cake, we got to see her get her little train on and get her own, I guess, original super suit. Now, she might want to put, like, I don't know, some padding on something, because, she might get shot at. But it was a cool suit. To just start out on, from like a costuming shop or something, that was a nice suit. It wasn't bad. It was a little colorful for my taste, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was sleek. It was, modern-ish looking. And, homegirl got the power. She put on new hair and had a little eye covering thing. So, it's like, she's doing all right. She's for her first go round for a super suit was pretty good. So last but not least, I want to talk about Black Lightning himself. The way his powers are draining on him, or the way the command module is affecting him, is a nice foil. I like the struggle in using your powers because, you know, I was commenting that possibly every time he shoots a jolt of lightning could be like a regular person running, say, a half a mile. You know what I mean? Because you have to still exert energy. You know, it's not just infinite. You know, you have to use your energy to make this happen. So it could, you know, it's draining on him. Plus the command module had an issue, and he's flying around as well. You know, that takes a lot of energy. And, you know, no diss to Jefferson Pierce, but he is not a spring chicken anymore. So I like this at play as well, because you have our hero has a hurdle to using his powers, and our villain has a hurdle to his, I guess, ascension to being like the biggest bad guy. So they have they have their inner demons to deal with, their inner, you know, problems to deal with before they even can meet each other. And I think that's really, really cool. Seeing him collapse was kind of scary. And also the fight at the end where he was killing it at first, you know, seeing Joey Toledo, you know, and taking it to him, I was like, oh snap, it's about to be all in poppin'. Maybe not. Because when he started having those headaches and stuff, yo, man, I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, as someone who loves to say, I told you so, I know Gamby had to be like, dude, I told you, just give me another day. Let me fix the thing. But no, you don't listen. And so him not listening, he learned his lesson, because Joey Toledo, who seems to be like a regular average bad guy, kind of whooped up on him. But I will say Black Lightning he tossed him up pretty decent before, you know, his migraines started happening or whatever those are. So I'm happy with how that played out, because I think that Black Lightning should definitely at least pay for some of the decisions that he makes. You know, because you can't just always have him go out and be like, well, I'm going to do it anyway, and then everything works out. Because when you do that, then there's really no repercussion for him like making mistakes or anything like that. So I like that he was like, you know, I'm going to do this anyway. It's my body, whatever. And then he goes out and he actually ends up hurting himself even worse. So I'm really on fire for the next episode, because we learned so much about Tobias. I hope we get a whole Tobias episode, man. I really like him and his sister and their relationship, even though I know they got to go down, but they're just, you know, we've got some layers. They're very compelling. And I also like Jennifer on her own. At first I was wondering if she could actually hold it on her own on screen, but she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I mean, she's still, you know, she's young. She out there, a little young gunner, but she's doing her thing. So guys, holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk about Black Lightning. Can't wait to see what y'all thought of this episode. So before I bounce, gonna tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right, there's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So of course, LA what up, VA what up, REA you got my heart, and please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, yo, just because you're feeling okay doesn't always mean you're okay. Peace.